Hello guys, today I will try to make a little more advanced tutorial. My tutorials are always very simple and so the artworks are very poor in details. So I hope you have fun. We start with the sky vertically from top left to bottom right, with a very cool blue. I think the inking pen is perfect for this. And I try not to use the colors too irregularly. The color tone gets lighter and lighter until we lock the layer. And blend everything with the blending brush. If you don't lock the layer, it can happen that you get white edges. In a new layer, we create this rock formation, like in the fantasy castle video. Also with the inking pen. In a high contrast, I now use a very light gray. There, the light falls directly on the rocks. Through the different angles of the rocks, the light reflects and different brightness levels. That's why I use several shades of gray colors. With a smaller brush setting, we can make more details. To make this look realistic, we use the smudge web brush with a small brush size. The flow should be at 50%. With the tattoo inker, you can even add more details, scratches and cracks on the rocks, and also more highlights. I'm never sure myself if it still looks good, but I think it could be worse. With an earthy green, we add some grass and a new layer. The grass also needs some shadows and of course some highlights. And now with the smudge web brush, we can carefully create this very cool grassy effect. There is a separate video for this topic if you want. Now, with a new layer between the sky and the rock, we create some mountains in the far distance. The grey of the mountains should also be mixed with the light blue. This also helps the spatial perspective. By creating several mountain layers with different color shades, we get this depth look. Now on the nearest mountain, we start to add some highlights, but make sure the light comes from one side. Down the valley it gets greener and greener, but don't overgrind all the grey. Leave a few parts free. When you are done, you can finally finish everything with the smudge wet brush. Find your own settings for the brush. Experiment a bit. I do it that way too. Take the color of the mountains from the background and brush slightly over the foreground mountain with the flow airbrush, so the depth of the landscape gets even better. Next we easily create the river with the inking pen through the valley. When you want, you can make small reflections with the tattoo inker too. Don't look so bad. My pictures are never very detailed and breathtaking, but I'm happy with it. The most important thing is to clear your mind and have fun with it anyway. With a layer behind the rock formation, we start to paint a tree on the top. Don't do exactly what I do, place the logs where you want. Add some highlights, but keep attention to the light direction. We start with the leaves behind the tree layer. Take the salty watercolor brush and a dark green, because these leaves are in the shadows. But don't overdo it, leave lots of space free. The leaves are lighter in the foreground. And with highlights we can make the tree appear three-dimensional. I will do a detailed tutorial about trees in the future. I think this looks sweet. Now it's time for the clouds. So we get back to the sky layer and start. With the salty watercolor brush, it's so easy and satisfying. If you hold the pressure longer, you can mix the clouds even more. And finally we create the haze with the same brush in the foreground. Just take a large brush size and blend the whole thing with sustained pressure. Finished! I hope I could help you a bit. Try it out for yourself and have fun. And now I will show you a few more works of art from the Bilderrausch Discord. If you want to see your paintings in my videos, upload them to Discord. The link is in the video description.